Trump is setting himself up to be the next Viktor Orban, and I don't think we've talked enough about it. Yeah, I know, he's plagiarizing from a lot of dictators, but Viktor Orban is somebody that I feel like he is most aligned with, and it doesn't hurt that they're friends. And yes, I have evidence to support this theory, or at least a lot of parallels. Now, for those who don't know, Viktor Orban is the Prime Minister of Hungary. And while I would personally classify him as a dictator, technically, and a lot of people will argue this, technically he's not, because he works within the confines of the system that exists, that he also altered in 2012. A lot of people refer to it as a illiberal democracy under a parliamentary system that he broke. Now, Orban has been prime minister for 14 years, and that's after he was defeated in 2002 and came back in 2010. 2010 is when he started consolidating power, because Fidesz, his party, gained 2/3 parliament control. And that supermajority allowed him to rewrite Hungary's constitution, which many will argue weakened the democratic checks and balances. So 2012 is when he made his changes to the constitution, where he centralized power, reduced the independence of the judiciary system, and enshrined conservative Christian values. He also used amendments to limit oppositional influence and take control of state institutions. In the meantime, they took control of the media. Fidesz brought all of the major media outlets under government or party control. Independent media was harassed, bullied, or bought out of business. And they turned that into a propaganda machine for their party. Then they restructured the electoral system. They used gerrymandering and gave voting rights to ethnic Hungarians that were living abroad. This really made it difficult for the opposition to campaign against him. Fidesz consolidated control over key economic sectors by favoring oligarchs who financially supported them. Civil society and non-government organizations that criticized him or the party were harassed and treated like they were foreign agents. Orban portrayed himself as a defender against external threats. Things like immigrants, the European Union, and the globalist elites. During the 2015 refugee crisis, he built a fence along the southern border, stoking immigration fears and portraying himself as a protector of European borders. Oh, and the judicial thing, he forced a bunch of judges into early retirement. He packed the courts with loyalists and even created some new courts that answered directly to the government. And all of this has allowed him to stay in power way longer than he should have. And I'm not saying that this is going to be Trump's exact playbook, but what I am saying is that with them flooding the zone, so to speak, overwhelming us with just shocking bullshit, this gives us kind of a roadmap of things to watch out for. And unfortunately, a lot of this stuff has already been done. And quite frankly, the constitutional amendments are where we have to hold the line.